Hi, my name is Youssef Abdouni, and I'm with my partner Migen, and this is our project part two. So we didn't get everything done, but we got the minting part done, and Migen tried to add the selling and transferring, but that wasn't working out, but we'll talk about that later. So for this, I added a bunch of DAO and Java files listing DAO.java, NFTs, transactions, and they're basically modeled after the user.java and user.DAO.java. Um, and I added them over here as private variables in the control servlet class. So I added the init functions for each class in the initialize action. And then I also added the mint, and then Megan added the sell and transfer sections. Um, and then I added some session variables here in the login section so that it displays the user's name when they log in. And then here's the mint function that I made. Um, and let me just show one of these, basically NFT.DAO. So it's basically just like user.DAO, user.DAO.java. It has the connect functions. Um, it lists the user's NFTs. So I made it so that it only lists the NFTs of the current user that's logged in. Um, and I'll show that later. But on the JSP file, when you log in, there's a button that says, oh, it's not a button, but as soon as you log in on the activity page, it'll use this function to list all the users' NFTs. There's the disconnect. There's the insert for when you want to basically mint. And then here's the init drop table, create the tables, and these are the default values. Um, and then here is activity page. So it gets the session attributes for the email, first name and last name. And then it says welcome, and it displays the user's first name and last name. And then it has a table that shows the user's NFTs, and it shows the picture. And there's the sell and transfer buttons. And then there's a mint button at the bottom. You can click it and it'll take you to the mint.jsp page where you can mint a new NFT. And this is that page, the code for that page. It's a very small table, it just has name and the URL. And then you just submit and it mints it. Let me show it in action. It's a little bit buggy, but it works. Okay. So first off, let me log in as root so we can see that that all works. I can initialize the database. And then I'll log in as Joe, joe@gmail.com, Joe1234. This is welcome, Joe Brady. This is Joe's NFT. Um, there's the list for sale and transfer buttons. They don't work yet, but we can mint a new NFT. Um, I can basically copy this image link for this cat. NFT name, cat, and then there's the URL. If I click mint, it goes back to the activity page, but it doesn't show any of the NFTs, but it is there. Because if I log out and log back in, Joe1234, it shows it. So that's how the minting thing works. And then I will give it to Megan to show the rest of it.
So my name is Migen, and I was dealing with selling and transfer functions part of this project part two. It's unfortunately I was unable to get it to work, but here's the code that I was working with so far in the control servlet Java file. This is the sell function to get the user to input who the seller is, the starting date, the ending date, and the price for the NFT. And this is also the transfer function to get the request from the user who is doing the transfer, who is it transferring to, and so and so. And this also needed to be updated in the listings.dao Java file to create a new array list that had listing the NFTs available so that it could be transferred from owner to owner in the database function. However, that was, as I said previously, I cannot get it to work. And that was all my part on this one.